Hi Capricorn, here is your general reading for the month of September 2017. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to complete the readings for this month of August, but unfortunately a few weeks ago I did receive some heartbreaking news, which meant that, obviously I was very upset, and I just didn't feel able to do any readings in that time period. And rather than continue to do the readings for August halfway through the month, I've decided to skip straight into September. So the card that you've got at the bottom of the deck is the Major Arcana, the High Priestess. And this is a card very much about you using your intuition. There may very well be a decision that's needing to be made, or a choice. It may be that there's certain areas of your life that may feel out of balance at the moment. But rather than relying on your logic here to guide you, you're going to need to tap into that inner voice. Listen to what your gut is telling you and allow that to be your guide. It may be as well that at the moment nothing seems quite certain anymore. Things may feel very much up and down. But as I said, you're going to need to rely on your intuition here. And you're going to need to let that be your guide. Now, the card at the center of the reading is another Major Arcana, the Magician. There is an aspect to this card that I don't like. Sometimes this can be about somebody around you maybe having a hidden agenda. Somebody that may be being manipulative and deceitful. But somebody that's very good at turning on the charm, but for their own aims and gain. It can talk very much about somebody wearing a false mask here. Now, yes, that could be you, but it could also be somebody around you. If that's not the case, then it may be, again, that you may feel as though you don't have all the ingredients or all the tools in front of you to be able to do something, to be able to manifest something. There may be some confusion within you, and you may even feel slightly out of touch with reality. See, somebody may be telling you something, and you may have this feeling that something's just not right with this. Now, the card in the recent past is the Ace of Swords. And this is a card about, yes, it can be a card about cutting to the truth. Similar energy to the Page of Swords. But it can also be a card about gaining clarity on something. It's an ace, so it's a new beginning. And the swords deals with our thoughts and our communication. It can often be referred to, that Ace of Swords, as this breakthrough moment, where you may get a new understanding. It's almost like the fog starts to clear and you get that kind of aha moment. It may be that you've started to see a person more clearly. And you may have started to see that there's somebody around you that has been wearing this false mask. And you've started to gain more clarity in regards to this person. The present moment for September is the Knight of Swords. And the Knights are all about action and bringing something to us. As the Swords is to do with our communication, it may be that you are going to be charging forward, maybe in regards to some sort of verbal confrontation with somebody else. It may be that somebody is charging towards you to speak their mind. You need to be careful with that Knight of Swords because it can talk about arguments. It's quick. The Knight of Swords is a very quick energy, and it's somebody that comes charging in to speak their mind. Or you are going to be doing this towards somebody else. In your advice position, we've got another Swords. We've got a Page of Swords. You know, this month of September for you is very much about what you are thinking, gaining more clarity and a better understanding. But also, it's very much about the way you're going to communicate. That Page of Swords, when it's reversed like that, I see it really as a warning here about you not doing anything too hastily. Thinking things through. With that High Priestess right at the beginning about using your intuition. But also not being in any rush here. Somebody, either you or somebody else, but I feel it's more you, is wanting to rush in and possibly have a confrontation with somebody else. And I think the need here is for you to slow down and to really think before you go charging in. In your environment, we've got the King of Cups here. Now, this could be somebody around you that you're dealing with. Possibly a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But it could also be an element of your own energy towards somebody else in your environment. This king, when he's reversed, he allows his emotions to take control. He can be manipulative and controlling. He can come across as very moody. That king, when he's in that reverse position, talks about somebody that is maybe feeling very vulnerable in regards to their emotions. And maybe also is feeling an element of insecurity. He can be quite vindictive and vengeful, this king, when he's in this reverse position. And it may be that this King of Cups may be the same person as this Magician. In terms of what you're thinking and feeling, we've got the Eight of Cups here. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away. Knowing that you've done everything you possibly can, that you've given everything you possibly can to someone or a situation. But when it's in that reverse position, it talks about this kind of lack of closure here. It talks very much about this kind of push-pull, being in two minds. Should I stay? Should I go? Now, your outcome is the Page of Wands. And as we know, the pages can be messengers. They can bring messages to us. And this Page of Wands can certainly be about change and new beginnings. That a new phase may be starting up. You may very well have a message about some new beginning, something new starting, but this could also be about you wanting this new change, wanting this new beginning. You may not yet know what that is going to look like. See, that Magician, as well as it being a person with a false mask, like I said to you as well, it can talk about wanting to manifest something new here. But you doubting whether you have what it takes to do this. Now, this reading can be about any area of your life. It could be your work, your relationships. I'm not focusing in this reading on one aspect here. So it's going to be different for all of you. But there is a decision, I feel, that you're needing to make here. And it's a decision that you're going to have to use your intuition on. And I think in the recent past, you have started to gain more clarity about someone or something. But like I said, I don't want you to go rushing in and saying something that you may later regret. Because if that King of Cups is not talking about somebody else, then it's talking about your own energy in this month of September. And how you may not be feeling completely stable when it comes to your emotions. And there is this element with you about whether you want to stay either with someone or stay in a particular situation, or whether you want to walk away from it. That Eight of Cups can be about wanting to go off and explore new horizons, but also feeling maybe fearful of that. But with that Page of Wands, we see some new beginnings going to take place. Either something is going to be offered to you, or it is you feeling that you want this new beginning to take place. But like I said, you may not yet know exactly what that new beginning is going to be and what it's going to look like. Okay, Capricorn, that does bring this reading to a close. Thank you so much for viewing this reading today, and thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing. I will be back real soon with your love readings and the ex-partner readings. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.